If you're on TikTok, you've probably seen the defense for Lindsay Clancy, a mother who killed her 3 kids. And the narrative is everywhere: postpartum psychosis. She was so sick she didn't know right from wrong. The liberal women are rushing to defend her. But let's flip the script here. This is Timothy Jones Jr. He was basically a computer engineer with a high-paying job and 5 children. But behind that, his mind was collapsing. His lawyers basically said he had undiagnosed schizophrenia. His grasp on his reality was shattered by his ex-wife's affair, the stress of raising 5 kids alone, and basically a crushing feeling that he was failing God. So he basically started using synthetic marijuana, what experts basically called gasoline on the fire of his psychosis. He started to believe that his children were plotting against him, and basically that they were going to kill him. So after he killed them all, he didn't run. He drove around for days with their bodies in his SUV, basically playing them songs because he wasn't ready to let them go. And then he finally left them, only after a voice told him to cut off his son's leg, which he couldn't do. A defense psychiatrist diagnosed him with schizoaffective disorder and basically testified that he didn't know right from wrong. And basically a jury rejected his insanity defense and gave him the death penalty. This is Yusuf Ali Abdi. He was basically a Somalian refugee who came to Ireland to seek safety. But his mind was already fractured by war trauma. In 2001, he basically killed his 20-month-old son by grabbing him by the legs and swinging him into a wall. When the trial came, he pleaded insanity. He basically told the court he was a zombie. He said the voices in his head told him to hit the child. 2 forensic psychiatrists testified and basically said he was a paranoid schizophrenic. But the prosecution called a doctor from the Central Mental Hospital who basically said he wasn't psychotic. The jury believed the prosecution and they found him guilty. But here's the thing, 10 years later, doctors at the same hospital changed his diagnosis. They basically admitted that they were wrong. Basically, he was suffering from paranoid schizophrenia all along. The Court of Appeal quashed his conviction, basically saying he should have never been convicted and that it was basically a fundamental miscarriage of justice. But by then he'd already spent 16 years in prison. This is Chad Doorman. He basically shot his 3 sons, 3, 4 and 7. He lined them up outside his house and basically executed them. His defense not guilty by pleading insanity. His lawyers basically said he was suffering from severe mental illness at the time. The experts noted a delusional thought process that served as motivation for the killings. In prison, he basically referred himself to as the Austrian painter. You know who I'm talking about. He basically said he told all of his relatives that he remembered everything, all the way basically to the reasons and why he did it. But prosecutors argued he knew right from wrong. And Doorman, he basically dropped the insanity plea and pleaded guilty. Because he basically knew, just like Jones and just like Abdi, that when men claim insanity, the jurors don't listen. A severely mental ill mother is seen as the victim. A severely ill mental father is seen as a monster. Now, I'm not saying she isn't sick. I'm basically asking the question, why is postpartum psychosis treated like a get-out-of-jail-free card for mothers, while fathers with diagnosed schizophrenia, who heard voices and believed that children were plotting against them, basically get death row and life sentences? Is mental illness real? But if we're going to use it as a shield, it has to work for everyone, right?